Hello friends, welcome to my channel Fundamentals of Engineering. So from this channel we are targeting for the GATE 2022 and there for the mechanical engineering and production and industrial engineering we have started the lecture series for theory of metal cutting. So today we are going to discuss the part 3. Earlier we have discussed in part 1 and part 2 what are the types of methods of machining, and if you miss this part the link is in the description box, you can see. In this third part we are going to see what is the mechanism of chip formation. As we know, whenever we are doing any machining operation, the material is removed from the workpiece in the form of chip. So if we are doing any machining operation, the excess material which we are removing from the round bar to get the final shape, so this excess material is removed by using this chip formation. So how this chip formation is taking place, what is its mechanism, and what are its types of that chip formation, that we are going to see in this today's lecture. So first we will discuss what is the mechanism of chip formation. During analysis of machining, the tool has to rotate 90 degree in counterclockwise direction as compared to the actual machining. So if you are seeing any machining operation, here we are doing the machining operation. This is our tool, and from this tool the chips are removed to get the final finished product. So this workpiece is rotated at some angle. So now this we are drawn in this fashion. This is our original surface of workpiece. When we do the machine surface, we are getting this new surface if we are remove the chips from this work part. So this is having our cutting tool, and this is the motion of tool relative to work we are giving in this direction, and this is our cutting edge of the tool and the force which is applied by using this tip of tool. So this is our back rake angle. So back rake angle also influence whenever we are doing the machining operation. So how it is getting the chip which are formed? When we apply the force by using tip of tool on the layer of workpiece material, the material is started deforming plastically. So at this place the material is starting deforming. So here the plastic deformation or plastic zone will be taking place, and at this plastic zone the plastic deformation is taking place of the work part, and it is sliding over this rake face. So these chips are sliding over the rake face where the shear stresses are induced. So in this portion the shear deformation of chip is taking place, at we are getting the shear stress at this zone. If you apply the further force by using the tool, the shear stresses induced in the layer of work material increasing continuously. If you apply the force, if you are applying continuously the force, the shear stresses are increasing. At some point the shear stresses induced will become greater than or equal to ultimate shear stresses of work material. As we know this diagram, stress strain diagram. So here we are having the yield stresses and this is our ultimate stress, and here to the yield stress to the ultimate stress we are having plastic deformation where the strain hardening is taking place. If that stresses are going beyond this ultimate shear stresses, then shearing and cracking at this zone, at this plastic zone, we are getting shearing and cracking is taking place at the tip of the tool. At this shearing and cracking we are taking place, and it is propagating toward the surface of the workpiece producing shear plane. So this shearing and cracking at this tip of the tool is propagated towards this shear plane. And from this, the mechanism and plastic deformation, the shear is taking place and the chip which is formed. So the mechanism of chip formation is nothing but shearing and cracking. By using that, the chip is formed. As we know, whenever we are doing the machining of soft and ductile materials, because of the higher toughness of work material, craft wave propagation will be absorbed by the material and disappearing somewhere in the middle, so that the continuous chips are formed. So if we are doing machining for soft and ductile material, we are getting continuous types of chips. We are getting, and due to higher toughness value. If we are doing the machining of hard workpiece which having the lower toughness, as we know, this hard workpiece is having lower toughness value and strength also is higher. Due to that, we are getting discontinuous types of chips. So for doing the machining of shearing and cracking, the chips are formed, and whenever we do the machining of soft and ductile material, we are getting continuous types of chip, and whenever we are doing the machining of hard workpiece which having a lower toughness, we are getting discontinuous types of chips. So these are the two types of chips we are getting. So for getting these types of chips, what are the factors are influencing, that we are going to see. First types of chip, that is discontinuous types. So in these type of chips are usually produced when cutting of brittle materials like grey cast iron, bronze and hard brass. So these discontinuous types of chips we are getting whenever we are doing the brittle material machinings like bronze, cast iron. So these materials lack the ductility necessary for appreciable of plastic chip formation. The material ahead of this tool edge fails the brittle fracture along the shear zone. This produces small fragments of discontinuous chip. So these small fragments of discontinuous chips are produced. So these discontinuous chips are produced when cutting of ductile materials under some factors. These factors, one is small rake angle. So first factor, we are getting small rake angle of a single point cutting tool. So if you are having the small rake angle single point cutting tool, then the forces on machining will increases. Therefore, the magnitude of energy wave will be increased. So this energy will propagate toward the surface easily to form discontinuous chip. So first factor, imagine that the discontinuous chips are produced when we are machining the brittle materials, small rake angle. Second factor is a lower cutting velocity. So during machining with low velocity, the speed of the chips is also low. So the chips which are flowing towards the rake face, that speed is also low whenever we are machining with a lower cutting velocity. Hence the time available for knurling of chip is more. So the chips will get curled into small radius and it gives the large amount of welding, so that cracks are already present in the chip will propagate very easily and it converts into discontinuous chip. That is our second factor for producing discontinuous chip. Then third one is a larger uncut chip thickness. Larger uncut chip thickness, a larger depth we can say. As uncut chip thickness is large, higher forces are to be applied by using the tool to remove the material. So this is our uncut chip thickness that we are giving higher. Hence the magnitude of energy wave will high. Therefore the chances of propagating the energy wave up to the surface is high. So that will produce discontinuous chip. And fourth is the use of cutting fluid. Whenever we are doing the machining of brittle materials, when we use cutting fluid in the machining operation, as we know, during machining operation the heat which is generated in this, the heat will be generated due to friction between tool and workpiece. At that point, if we apply the cutting fluid, and what will happen, the heat will be comes down. So sudden increase and decrease of the heat is taking place, that chip formation. So due to that, if any crack is present in between these chips which are formed, that will propagate towards the surface and it will get a discontinuous chip. So these are the factors. So how we are getting these discontinuous types of chip? This way: lower cutting speed, large small rake angle, large uncut chip thickness, and if we are using a cutting fluid, so we will get this discontinuous types of chip. Then second, a continuous chip where we are not getting built up edge. So why we are getting the built up edge? Whenever we are doing the machining operation, at the rake phase the chips are moving. So in a continuous chip, the continuous chips are formed, the knurling curl will be formed whenever we machining the ductile materials. So there any small chips which are getting, that will produce the built up edge. But there are some factors which can produce the continuous chip without built up edge. So these are the chips we are getting continuous types, that will give the continuous types of chips without built up edge. So what are the factors? If we do the machining of soft and ductile materials, we'll get continuous types of chips without built up edge, without BUE means built up edge, whenever we provide large rake angle. The forces will be low if we provide the large rake angle, and energy wave propagation will be low, so heat generation will be low, so the microchips will not be adhered to this tool, so we will not get the built up edge. Then high speed machining. When we machining with a high speed, the microchips also travel with this high speed with this continuous types of chips, so they will not adhere to this rake phase. And third one, small uncut chip thickness. Small uncut chip thickness if we provide, then we will not get the built up edge which is formed whenever we are getting the continuous types of chip. And fourth factor is with use of cutting fluid. With use of cutting fluid. So these are the factors which produce the continuous chip without built up edge. So all the images are taken from the internet, so you can see the continuous chips are formed, and where the high speed machining is given, large rake angle, small uncut chip thickness is given, and if we are using the cutting fluid, there we are getting the continuous chips without built up edge. Then in these continuous chips we can form the built up edge. So whenever we are machining with the ductile materials, the condition of high local temperature and extreme pressure we are getting at the cutting zone. So at this cutting zone we are getting high local temperature and extreme pressure. Also we are getting the friction at this chip and tool interface, and we are getting the friction at this chip and tool interface. So that will cause the material to adhere or weld to the cutting edge of the tool, forming the built up edge. So whatever the microchips, so these are the microchips which are formed whenever we are doing the machining operation. So in these microchips, when they are exposed to this higher temperature, they will welded with this tool face. but this we are getting only with this continuous types of chip. As we are doing in a discontinuous chip are simply thrown away from the machining zone, so there is no chance of adhering of microchips to the rect face of tool, so no built up edge will form with a discontinuous chip. So we are getting the built up edge only with this continuous types of chip. So whenever the continuous chips are formed along this rect face, the microchips will get adhered and it will form the built up edge on the tool. So due to that built up edge, there is a condition that the tool life is increasing, but there are some adverse effect as the rough surface finish on the workpiece can be get whenever the built up edge is formed on this rect face, so that will fluctuate the cutting force, causing vibration on cutting tool. If the force is more and fluctuation of cutting force is there, that will create vibration. So due to that, the surface finish we required on the workpiece surface that can be disturbed, and there are some chances of carrying away some material from the tool by the built up edge surface that will produces the crater wear of the tool can be produced by using this built up edge formation. So there are some factors by using which the built up edge which we are getting with the continuous chip. As we have seen earlier also, the continuous chips we can form without built up edge, but built up edge will form with the continuous chip with some factors. These factors, first, whenever we machining with soft and ductile materials. Whenever we are machining continuous chip, the built up edge is formed when we are providing small rectangle, then low speed machining, we are providing means the velocity of chip will be low. So if any microchips which are there due to local heat temperature, that will adhere or welded on this tool surface. Then large uncut chip thickness, and fourth one, without use of cutting fluid in the machining operation. So these are the factors by using that we can get the built up edge whenever we are doing the machining at formation of continuous chip. So there we are doing the machining operation, we should get discontinuous chip rather than this continuous chip, because if we are getting only the continuous chip, then the disposal of this continuous chip will be very difficult, and there is a possibility that will give the accident or hazardous to the man who is working on this machine. So that will be affect. Also the built up edge is formed, due to that the surface finish which we are getting, that will be disturbed. So always advisable to give a to produce a discontinuous chip. If we are getting continuous chip, then we can convert that discontinuous chips into this discontinuous chip by using chip breaker. So at this chip breaker, what is happening? If you provide chip breaker here, so whenever the chips are formed, that will collide with this chip breaker. So 180-degree compression will be taking place, so that continuous chips can be converted into discontinuous chip, and we can easily dispose that discontinuous chip. So we have seen what are the mechanism for chip formation, then what are the types of chips we are getting. Hope you like it. If you like it, please stay connected and don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you want more videos, put that video name or topic name in a comment box. And for GATE preparation, the links are kept in the description box. You can watch it. Thank you very much.